Previously on a Ducking Wrestling podcast.
Raven rules. Well, I mean, it's.
I don't think that was his saying, but all right.
No? Have a good day. He's from he's the Pride Ninja.
It's a nice day. It's a nice day. I fucked it up.
Which, by the way,
In the 90s, I was a Nitro girl.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Ducking Wrestling podcast. Once again, we are here. We are getting it going. It's the May edition, and we have a guest this week. Somebody special. Somebody who is actually in the industry with us. We got Senor Logan Pettis over here from River City Wrestling.
Yes, RCW.
Awesome. So glad to have him here. God, hey, Logan, what's up, man? I met this dude in the line for the autograph for Hulk Hogan that y'all saw earlier. Can't wait to do this with him. Look at that. See, I got it over here, over there, right there.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. It's right behind your head.
I'm trying to find it. There it is.
Right there.
There it is. Logan, man, what's going on, dude?
Not a whole lot. It's been an eventful week over here at Casa de Pettis, and wouldn't you like to know Texas? But you know what? We've made it through, and we're about to start another one, and it's going to be rocking and rolling. So ready for this one to be over.
Awesome, man. You sound like if Texas had given birth to Jim Cornette, that would be you.
Which is funny because I'm from Missouri, so
awesome.
I've lived here far too long, is what that means.
Nice, man. Well, hey, we're going down. We are gonna review and we're gonna do a watch along with the Hulk Hogan versus Triple H match for the undisputed WWE Championship from Backlash. And we are looking at a comment time Backlash 2002. We're going to get into it. We are at the 2 hour, 16 mark, 30 seconds. I know that's pretty damn specific for everybody. I get it, but it's going to make sense here.
But that's right there. We need some statistics on this show or anything. We got
no. We're gonna watch along, man.
I love numbers. This is a fun event. As I said, I'm from Missouri. I was there at this event.
That's why I got you on here. That's why I got you on here, man.
Kemper Arena, Kansas City, Missouri. That's my backyard. One quick thing, I think this was the first pay-per-view event to be held since Over the Edge in '99. Of course, that was the Owen Hart incident. I was there for that too. Right. There've been events since then, but this was the first kind of pay-per-view, and everybody was still kind of like, this is 2002, so that was what, 2001, so about 3 years removed, so it's still fresh on our minds. But that was kind of overshadowed, and maybe on purpose, by Hulk Hogan coming back to the red and yellow. So we've got the Missouri connection. You and I have got the Hulkster connection. So yeah, that's right. We're ready to get into this. I'm excited to be a part of a Ducking Wrestling podcast.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate having you here. Yes, we are going to get into this. We're going to take one commercial break before the get into it, and then we're going to take another one after. We will see y'all here in a few seconds as we get into it. Thank y'all.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is Fanboy Dave. Catch myself, Big Kev, and Jeremy from Brothers of Discussion weekly on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other platform you use to listen to your favorite podcasters. We talk about WWE mostly and have a real good time giving our takes. And every now and then, might throw a little shade at AEW. So hope you give us a shot. You won't be disappointed.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, so we got a couple of things to get out of the way. before we get back into the show. So, Jersey of the Month, in the heart of Cleveland, we are going to have the Johnny Manziel jersey, rocking it now. And hey, so just so y'all know, we are back as brand ambassadors for Cowboy Revolution. Y'all go check it out. Y'all get on our Facebook. You can go on Instagram. You can go on our TikTok and find our link to them, and it will give you a 15% off discount. Y'all go find them. These are amazing hats, amazing shirts. Y'all go check them out, get it going, and let us know how you like it. So, Logan, you ready? Man, we going to get into it, both. All right.
Let's rock this thing.
All right, so here we come. 3, 2, 1. We're going to hit play right now. All right, Triple H. I got to turn my volume down so we don't get flagged for damn infringement. Oh, dude, you know what? I love the swinging.
The set was so cool, yeah.
Oh,
and
so good.
I think they ran with this for 2-3 years after this. They added little spikes and things to it.
Yeah, I love the swinging things. And if y'all are watching at home, Hogan doesn't have the Voodoo Child entrance, but from what I was hearing before, I had to quiet it down so I don't get in trouble. It wasn't Real American that they're playing right now, right?
No, it's the WWE version of Voodoo Child.
Just one note. Just one note off of each one.
Yes.
It's not a flat.
This version, I think, is in one of the video games. Actually, that's like they had their weird knockoff version of Rock House that they put in like SmackDown versus Raw or something like that. And because Rock has a whack on hey hey, and theirs was like, yeah, slightly off key and like a minor deal. God, look at Hogan right here.
Just put in Voodoo, or not Voodoo Child, but just put in Real American.
Dub in Real American, yeah.
Hulk Hogan. I mean, all right, so Logan and I met at the Hulk Hogan Real American Beer here in Kyle, Texas. That's where we met. We were in line together, started talking, and that's where we became friends. So what would you prefer? Real American or Voodoo Child?
Actually, I like Voodoo Child. But if we have to go with like, traditional red and yellow, like I liked American Made a lot better. The Jimmy Hart, WCW. Jimmy Hart produced some bangers.
We talked about that when we were standing in line.
Stuff, yeah.
When we were standing in line, you and I agreed, like, American Made is the fucking Hulk Hogan song.
Yeah.
Like,
Real American was made for Wyndham and Rotundo. If anybody has the wrestling album, with the commentary, remember Jesse Ventura? I can't believe that's for Wyndham and Rotundo. Derringer, you should have buried yourself and stayed buried.
Now, I will say, so let me ask you this. Better Triple H song, the game or the Motorhead version?
I really liked My Time, but the Motorhead song now has become so just iconic and synonymous with Triple H. It's hard. I don't like the King of Kings song though.
Oh, all right. So we're gonna end this right now.
As a song, it's okay. As Triple H's theme song, I'd rather hear this. I love this image right here.
Right. Oh, dude, so good.
And
so
this has been memed to death, but this is Hogan. Hogan is smart, man. And then where it's dark, and he's just there looking over his shoulder. And that's a big no-no in wrestling. You don't do that. Actually, like Sunday RCW had a show, and we've had this big blow-off with the women, and they've got there's a picture of our referee holding up both the women's belts. It's one of those undisputed title unification things. the general managers will collect the belts. Well, there's 2 belts and whatever. So, and I'm intentionally trying to stand behind a larger member of our audience. So I'm blocked and not in this camera shot. But in this instance, like, this is perfect. This is Hogan knowing where the camera is, what's going on. And then with the mustache, like, it's a striking deal.
Yeah, that was a beautiful moment in the picture with Hogan just looking over.
Oh, this is weird too, the double belt.
This is by far my favorite. Like, I consider myself a belt aficionado, and this is by far my favorite belt of any. Well, okay, I won't say any. It'd be number 2 behind the Winged Eagle. Like, this belt is so beautifully made and just gorgeous.
It was a nice marriage between the 2 belts. At first, when it debuted, I was like, I think this thing is ugly. But again, as I stared at it, it really grew on me.
Oh man. As soon as they debuted it, I remember looking at it with that, like, this is the WWE Championship. Look at that. You got Hogan actually backing up from Triple H. And this is, like, one of my favorite things about this match is that you've got 2 big guys who are
And
actually looking like they could outmuscle each other. And
Hogan in 2002, I don't know what it is, but to me, he looks more physically imposing than he did in his initial WWF run.
That's a fair point, man. It
And
feels
he was
like
on
he's almost
steroids
bigger.
then, so
Yeah. Yeah, it almost looks like he's bigger, like just all around bigger. And Triple H is not a big guy.
no, not really. And of course, Hollywood Hogan is my favorite Hogan. I love, just like right now, he's doing his I love the commentary here. They're talking about, oh, the feats of strength. Look at him. Triple H, it's like, yeah, Triple H is pretty strong too.
All right, were you a WCW guy or a WWE guy?
It's funny. So when I was a kid, I watched WWF until about 93, 94 or something like that. And I took like a hiatus and I didn't know what was going on. And then I go to school and these 2 kids, oh, here, a test of strength. But these 2 kids that I knew, they would sit there and they'd sing the Wolfpack song or whatever. I think I remember it, but they'd sit there and go dun 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 all the time, and I was like, "What is this?" And they're doing the pointing and the thing, and so I had to turn it on. I was like, Monday Nitro, all right, let's watch this. And so yeah, I got caught up in the NWO. I guess it was before that. They 20 some odd years, 30 years ago. Shit. But anyway, so yeah, my timeline screwed up. I remember them singing the song now, but I got into it as the NWO was kind of taking off. Like it already started collecting members. But and so I watched it and I was like, okay. And then somehow one week I had it on the other thing and I saw Stone Cold flipping off the boss or doing something like that. And I was like, uh-huh. And of course, WCW had standards and practices and things. And so they weren't allowed to do certain things on network television. So yeah, I became a WWF, WWE guy. But as a kid, we had a travel TV. And so I had that travel TV on over here, the little TV, and it was always on Nitro, and the big TV in my bedroom was always on Raw. And so they were both going at the same time. And I loved studying all the ratings and all that stuff the next day. The business of professional wrestling, as opposed to just sitting and watching the rest. I was a nerd, is what I was.
I rolled with WWF the whole time, man. I would not even let my channel go over to TNT for WCW because I was a diehard WWF fan the whole time. So
I,
and I think
Bischoff, it's Bischoff's fault that I kept them both on there because I was always like, is he gonna like do the thing again? And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, the guy's gonna win their championship. No need to change the channel. So, and he did that several times.
yeah. Yeah, and I didn't even give a shit about that. Like, I loved WWF the whole time. Look, you got Hogan flexing over Triple H. Man, I remember watching this and watching Hogan do the flex and stuff, and I had my idea because, like, what do I cheer for? Triple H, who I was always a fan of in WWF, or do I cheer for Hogan, who was, to me, who always represented WCW? Like, where do I align? Like, to me, he looks like Hollywood Hogan. He's not like Hulk Hogan, old, like, trunks, yellow trunks with a kid, and everything like I was. Like, this to me is just Hollywood Hogan with red and yellow. To me, I didn't give a shit.
And see, I appreciated this marriage of the two, but when I was a kid, I never cared for Hogan that much. I was not a Hulkamaniac. I liked Roddy Piper. He was loud. He wore a dress. It was different. I don't know. Something about Roddy Piper I liked when I was a kid, and the Undertaker and stuff like that. Hogan, I think it was that thing, the rebellious spirit in me. Hogan represented everything you're supposed to cheer for, and I was like, nah, to hell with that. It wasn't until he was NWO Hollywood Hogan, and actually that's what got me interested in. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? What is this NWO thing? And then Hollywood Hogan, and I said, oh yeah, Hulk Hogan. And they said, no, Hollywood Hogan. He's a bad guy. What do you mean he's a bad guy? I had just missed Bash at the Beach, and so I got into it, right in the middle of that, and I was like, I like this. This is fun. That's why, just like I said, he's out now doing his promos for his new wrestling thing, and I guess he decides that he's more serious when he has the thing going on.
You saw that? I saw that he grew the fucking beard and he colored it black. Like, dude,
the stubble means he's serious. We're gonna put on amateur wrestling, brother, but with professional wrestling theatrics. It's gonna be great, Jack.
We've talked about it on the podcast before, and I'm a diehard. I love Triple H, but I am a diehard Shawn Michaels fan. And trying to watch matches like this and watching Hogan and stuff, and at this point, he's not terrible, but he got bad, and I'm trying to take this.
The back wasn't gone; he was still.
Right.
Well, I mean, this is only a few years, like we said, 2-3 years removed from WCW closing, and the last match he had in WCW was Bash at the Beach 2000, Bash at the Beach 2000. That's why the company's in the damn shape it's in.
That's why he laid down, and
yeah.
And but still, even then, you look at the fact that he's like 30 years in at that point, and I try not to look at it in that idea where how old he is coming into it, but damn it, I mean, it's
age ain't nothing but a number. Maybe, I guess, unless you're a pro wrestler, but even then, some of those guys are. I'm going to say some of those guys are in far better shape than I am. We just had Funaki. Now, okay, well, I'm not going to get into it, but Funaki wrestled a match. Let's put it that way. And but no, Funaki can still go when he wants to. He just gotta.
But he's not going to go like it was 1999. Like,
no.
With that Triple H, them chops. There's no way to make a chop not hurt.
Unless you're just terrible at it.
I
know some people.
Well, in the industry of Yeah.
I know some people that can't chop worth nothing.
Triple H looking down on Hogan as he is just worn out. I love I do love, you said it earlier, I do love the integration of the Hollywood Hogan style with the trunks and everything.
I liked this version of Hogan.
I did too.
I thought this version of Hogan was great, and
I actually had a shirt. I bought a shirt around this time, and it just had the Hogan hair with the mustache, and it said
oh yeah,
Hollywood. It said Hulkamania, and on the back it said addicted since 1984.
he had such a good run right here. It felt like, well, I mean, literally, Hulkamania was running wild from like Backlash to about Judgment Day. That red and yellow stuff. Look, there it is, the cutter out of nowhere. When has Hulk Hogan ever done a cutter?
I don't know. See, this is one of those moments where in this
Except
match,
for okay, we can
don't know
let
what the
Bizarro
fuck is happening.
Bizarro World, Japan. Hulk Hogan does drop kicks and shit, but
Right.
but does it count? Because it's Japan. That's a different multiverse over there.
I like to think that whenever Hogan hit that cutter, that spawned off another branch of the multiverse.
Where Hogan actually wrestles.
Oh, man, and that's the thing that kills me. Like, I feel like there's so many other people that could have been in there with Triple H, but look at them.
This was the feel good story. We give without giving away the end of the match. We're bringing back Hulk Hogan. We're bringing back the red and yellow. We're bringing back your childhood memories. Please buy merchandise.
that's see, there you got the kicker. Bring that merchandise.
I mean, because I don't know that this was the actual intention. Because they brought him in. They brought him in the NWO with Hall and Nash, which on this show Hall had an abysmal match with Bradshaw. Poor Bradshaw at this time. This is also the first pay-per-view after the brand extension. This was the first time they'd done a show. And so they split up the APA, and Bradshaw was just kind of floundering out there using his old gimmick by himself, having to have this match with Scott Hall, who obviously was phoning it in and just there to collect his paycheck.
Well, did he know he was phoning it in at that point?
Oh, yeah.
He was pretty bad off. Yeah.
Well, according to him, he'd been lied to, and then he started drinking again, and Nash was legitimately suspended for something. I don't remember that story, but no, so they brought them in, the NWO, to be the poison for the company. As a guy with a bad knee, anytime they do stuff like to the knee, I'm always like,
yeah. I've had one knee, or I've had one ACL replacement in my left knee. Yeah, anytime they do shit like that, I'm like,
But yeah, so he's supposed to be a heel, and then he goes out and does the thing with The Rock. That's actually one of the promos in the build-up to this show. I remember he's like, "This cemented The Rock in immortality, brother." He got over, and I'm sure Vince saw the dollar signs in his eyes and was like, "Pal, we're gonna have to turn you face, put you in the red and yellow."
I mean, I would have too, but that was the thing that you always hear about, was that during the Hogan Rock match, was that the crowd was digging it. They were digging Hogan. They were on the Hogan side. And then everything after that, they seem to be like, I think the WWE fans are Hogan, well, up to just recently.
Hogan,
yeah. Hogan loving fans. They just, there's something about him that they like just go to.
And even in the recently thing, I mean, who is it really that's booing Hogan? It's not guys our age. You know, we're the kids that grew up with it. We don't want to boo this guy. We had the discussion, and I'm sitting there trying to make excuses for this guy. You know, it's like, well, you know, if it was my daughter, I still don't know that I would have said that. But you know, but it's Hogan. We don't want to boo Hulk Hogan unless I guess we're supposed to. And even at that, it's like I had a hard time booing Hogan as a bad guy. You know.
Yeah.
And now there's the part of me that's like, I don't want to watch people like be mean to this old man.
You get to a point where like, oh God, stop just hitting this old guy.
Ric Flair, the same thing. It's like,
Oh,
poor
dude.
Rick.
Hey, yeah. So
Rick's another guy that you could stick out in a match, though. And does he have to do anything? No.
Last month, y'all go check it out here, everybody listening. Go watch our last month edition of the podcast where we talk about Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair in the final match that Ric Flair had in WWE. Kind of the same thing, man. Like you look at it, we're like, God damn it, dude, stay down. Right? Like looking at Hogan, I remember watching this and thinking like, God, I want Hogan to win so bad, but it's like I wanted him to win for my childhood.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
We got Triple H with the figure 4 leg lock right now on Hogan.
Speaking of Ric Flair, shades of his mentor, Ric Flair.
Look,
who was the Raw owner at this time.
I'm trying to get that rollover. Oh, Triple H going. Oh, he's trying to.
You call it cheating, I call it strategy.
I love Triple H. Like that reverse. We were talking about it last month. Like that reverse on a figure 4 hurts like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
It hurts. And the figure 4 is one of them few moves that actually hurts. Like it really, really hurts. Oh, sleeper hold, Triple H putting Hulk Hogan. Sleeper hold there.
I just want to say that's one of the worst sleeper holds I've ever seen.
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, oh shit, I can't even like promote this one. That's the elbow pads underneath.
Rest holds. We're gonna have a bit of a chat right now.
There we go.
Sorry to pull back the curtain to anybody.
Let's see. 1 and 2. I bet you.
He's fading the heroes going out.
And up. 3.
It's over. This match is. Oh no! Hogan's got the finger. The finger's up.
Nobody could have seen that coming. Hogan bouncing back.
What is going on here?
Are you kidding me? I think Hogan just wants kind of a nap at this point. I mean, I would too. I'm not.
Is he what, 60 at this point?
I think so. I think we were talking about that. Yeah, I think he's 60, at least 60. Triple H. Oh, hammer. Boom. And Hogan's still wearing the weight belt around his waist.
Right.
I can't even put Hogan in a weight belt on goddamn 2K25. Like, you cannot put the weight belt on him for the match. Oh, big boot.
And the boot.
And, who the fuck was that guy?
Oh, so there have been shenanigans in the last, leading up to this with Jericho and Angle, and there was tag matches, and somewhere in here, he, remember he had the tag team with Edge for a minute, where he won the tag team belts. I think that spurred off of this somewhere. I know there was a match where Hogan and Hunter teamed up against Angle and Jericho, and Hogan accidentally pops Hunter with the chair, and then Hunter gives him a receipt for it, and then, I'm not gonna back down from you.
That's right. Holy shit!
My childhood. Oh, there is a stipulation to this match. If Hunter loses, he gets automatically drafted to SmackDown.
Shit! I forgot about that.
Splicey to Paul Heyman going, the only reason you were champion for so long
here we go.
because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesday.
There it goes. The Hulk up. Here we go. Boom. You
don't make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. And boy, he's pissed off now.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
I missed that when he'd point and the crowd would go, you.
Oh, dude, that was one of my favorite. Oh, those are my favorite things as a kid. Watching him go.
And there you see the reason why Hulk Hogan has to walk with a cane today.
Yep. Up and pedigree on Hogan. This match is over. It's over. Earl Hebner. Here comes the dead. Here comes the Undertaker. Oh, the Undertaker came in. I forgot about the Undertaker coming in. And I don't know why. I don't remember. Chair shots to the head. Who remembers those? Right? Well, he put his arm up, so it was okay. It's fine. It's fine. And then, wait, oh yeah. Oh, what? I think that's Hogan's wife. I think that's Linda in the front row with the platinum blonde hair holding her head. Maybe. Look at that. Boom, leg drop. Boom. Go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hulk Hogan. The feel-good moment of the year is the undisputed WWEF champion. Yeah, and see, it's interesting you say that. This was the final pay-per-view event. I had to look it up. This was the final pay-per-view event under the WWF banner. Damn. And I find it interesting too in the build-up. Somewhere in here, Jim Ross says he does not say WWF. He says World Wrestling Federation. Wow. World Wrestling Federation Backlash. He says in here somewhere. So they knew the writing was on the wall at this point already. So wow. And see, this is so cool. Like, again, the childhood pop, even though, like I said, I wasn't a big Hulkamaniac, it just, something is so right. Him with the belt. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I just watched WrestleMania 9 with my wife, and, she was... Oh, here we go, Triple H. Oh, boy. Washing him around. Uh-oh. They're going to compare whose bald spot is bigger. Here we go. This is something the WWE is so great with that you don't necessarily get in the indies unless you've got guys that know what they're doing. And that's facially being able to tell a story. You don't have to do anything. See, and Hogan. As a wrestling fan, I don't like this. No, Hogan didn't win it clean. Other people came in, fucked around. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. But it goes back to, they know. People don't want to boo Hulk Hogan. And then Triple H is kind of probably the Hulk Hogan of WWE at the time. He's married to the boss's daughter at this point. He's got creative control over his own thing, and he's like, let's make me look good. Yeah, but still, why would you... Even though I'm a heel. But why would you do that? Like, why would you you got fucked over by the Undertaker? Why would you
Right.
it
Then
doesn't
shake hands with the guy that totally screwed you.
right. That doesn't make sense. All right, everybody. So we are coming down to the end of the show. Hulk Hogan flexing, doing the yeah. All right. So we're going to take one more commercial break. We're going to come back, me and Logan. We're going to give our opinions and a rating for this match. We will see y'all back here in just a couple of minutes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome back. Too Hard, Too Fast. Where we go off the rails and George has to worry about it. So here we go.
Find Too Hard, Too Fast podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.
And we're back in it. Here we go. Logan, tell me about that match, brother.
It was a Hulk Hogan match. Par for the course. Normal Hogan stuff. We got the Hulk up. We got the whole thing. But it's what you pay to see. I like the cutter. We talked about that during the course of the match. When does Hulk Hogan ever do a cutter again? It's like if you ever go and watch his matches in Japan, he does drop kicks and all sorts of stuff. But over here in the U.S., he's flashy. He's charismatic. You say what you want to about him. We literally went and watched him show beer, and we were just happy to stand there. And he made us look more charismatic just by standing there. So, overall, I mean, it's not like a 5-star spectacular or anything. Triple H got some color off of, I guess, the chair shot from The Undertaker. But, yeah, I mean, not a lot of action, but it ended well. It was the final match of the night, and WWF stuck to the rule, sent the fans home happy. You get Hulk Hogan holding the belt, doing the bit, and there you go. I won't give it a full 5. Again, it's a Hulk Hogan match. It's what you expect out of Hulk Hogan. He doesn't have to do anything. Literally, he has to come out and flex and pose and have a mustache, and that's that. He's Hulk Hogan. Give it a 4.5. It was entertaining enough. It ends. I know it ends. It's only because it's based on that criteria. It's a Hulk Hogan match. He doesn't have to do anything because he's Hulk Hogan.
Oh, man, I kind of agree with you on that. Like, Hulk Hogan seems to have an aura about him where there's just something about him where every match is going to be good, right?
If he's on the card, this is the thing. If he's on the card, you're going to draw money. I mean, and that's coming from a business side of wrestling.
Right.
So that I give Hulk Hogan matches a different kind of rating almost, because is it going to be, I think of a great match, Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome. Something like that, or Flair Steamboat. No, it's not going to be on that caliber.
Yeah,
it gave me everything I wanted out of a Hulk Hogan match.
I tend to put it in the grand scheme of things. So if I'm looking at this as, I love this moment in Hulk Hogan's career. Whenever he came back to the WWF and he won the championship and he was just like home, right? I get that. Mm-hmm. I get it whenever you come home. But
that's the side note with the whole NWO. I don't think anybody wanted to boo those guys. We were excited to have them back in the WWF, but I don't think we necessarily wanted the NWO. It was cool to see it for a second, but then, even The Rock coming out and being like, "You, Razor Ramon, hey Chico," doing the whole bit, Big Daddy Cool. We wanted to see those guys come back to the WWF, which
Yeah.
is weird because they actually established themselves more, at least those two over there. You talked about it. You always saw Hogan as a WCW guy, and I always thought of him as a WWF guy, and that's the whole idea of the original NWO was these were WWF,
Right. Well, no, I never
defectors,
saw
but-
him. I never saw him as a WCW guy. I always saw him as that guy who came down with the fucking bandana in his mouth, doing the
No.
shit. That was my childhood watching him. Now I remember him, in WCW. So
the Hollywood version of Hogan is not the WWF guy.
Right. He was not the hero that he was in WWF. My rating for this match, I'm sorry, I enjoyed the match. It was good, but I'm going to give it a 2.45 because it wasn't a great match. It wasn't that there was something with it that it almost seemed like we're putting this out there so Hogan can win the championship. So
he only held it for a month.
I know, but and
I mean,
thus the reason.
It's obvious what they did it for. It was the feel good moment. Let's sell some merch. Hopefully, some replica belts and.
I bought the merch at that time. I bought the merch. That's why. So hey, everybody, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Logan, thank you so much, man, for
absolutely anytime.
Hey, dude, tell us what. So we got a couple of minutes left.
Okay.
Logan, what's River City Pro Wrestling got going on, man?
River City Wrestling. Right now, we're taking a little bit of a break. We're resetting after we just had RCW Mania this past Sunday. You can check that out. Can I Shield title match? I just did. But title match, you can check that out. Title match wrestling, you can watch the show. But coming up in July, I believe it's July the 6th, we are going to be in Boerne, Texas at the Von Erich Ranch for Stars and Stripes Forever.
Yes.
Get tickets now. They are pretty close to sold out, I believe. Yeah, like within a week, we've gotten close to selling out. So, and the Von Erichs are they're great guys. Their dad's a cheater, but I don't have time to get into that. But and the Von Erich fan base is something else, man. They are a whole nother level of wrestling fan, and you talk about your idols, like these people idolize. It's great. It really great to see, that fan base here in Texas and to be in the middle of it. And, you're definitely going to see some fireworks on July the 6th at the Von Erich Ranch in Boerne, Texas. Get tickets now. Check out RCW on Facebook, Twitter, or X, I guess. And Pro Wrestling Tees. You can buy RCW merch. You can buy this beautiful shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees as well. Handsome shirt with a very handsome man on it. So, yeah, that's what we got as far as that goes.
Hey, I appreciate you sitting in with us today.
I appreciate you having me.
Hey, y'all go check us out. Linktree in the comments or in the bio. Y'all hang out. Y'all go check us out. Just look for it. Everybody, thank y'all. And last thing, holla at your boy.